Well, Queefer Sutherland, 24, episode 24. That's what we're up to.
Yeah.
Back on the Horse
What a-
podcast, episode 24.
Do you remember
Welcome,
stablemate,
everyone.
Stablemate Garth?
Yeah.
I mean, G. Williams.
Brooksy.
Brooksy, yeah.
Oh, Brookso.
Do you listen, Noves?
He can't hear you.
I don't know. Well, I'll wait. How long does it take you to compile the episode and publish it?
I got shit to do.
He used to yell at, that was his number, and he would just randomly yell it out in maths class. Just 24! Like the teacher would be
would he?
trying to do something and just yell out.
What? So that was his
24.
his default answer.
Yeah, default answer. And
Yeah.
sometimes just randomly Tourette's it out there. Like,
Me and our mate Spinner, we had a default answer for
Oh, what
trivia
was this?
questions,
Yeah.
where if we didn't know the answer was always just Tonga.
Yeah.
We just went Tonga by default. And I was in a fucking
Yeah, I was there. The other
quiz thing a little while ago, a trivia thing, and I forgot. And the answer was fucking Tonga. And I had to text him and say, I fucked it, mate.
Well,
that
was
was
at
my moment.
Bell Barry.
Yeah.
it was,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Isn't that a soft G? Isn't it not like Tonga? It's Tonga?
Tonga. Yeah, probably Tonga.
The Poms always
can't-
pronounce their G. Funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Poms.
Oh, yeah, I'm hanging
they-
around.
Hanging.
Hanging.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Anyway,
It's their
before we
language, it's not mine.
kick off,
Yeah.
I just need to apologise to you guys for the quiz on
Should
episode
I-
22.
Should I break the news to him?
Well,
I won, I think. Did I win?
there's a bit of a conjecture around it, right? So I asked the question, which game is
No,
the
you
No,
didn't.
you said,
sport
what
of
is the
kings?
sport of kings?
What is the sport of
which,
kings?
Which game is the sport of kings?
I don't think you said game, though. Is that right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And then, but it's which sport is the game of kings? Apparently.
Okay.
So the game of kings is chess.
Yep.
The sport of kings
Is polo?
is horse racing,
Horse racing. But he said,
polo, or a couple of
Yeah.
different things. They've even said tennis. So I think what do you want to do? Null and void the
no, I
that
reckon
quiz?
give it to him.
Give it to
Give
me.
it to you?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah?
take it.
All right,
take
Yeah,
it.
he said polo.
Because I went back to the
yeah.
because it was a tiebreaker. I went back to the actual quiz I found online,
Yep.
and I read it word for word how they put it.
so it's
So
their
I'm
fault.
just passing the buck. It was
Yeah.
it. But, yeah, so-
Can I'm happy
Yeah.
for him to have it, but one rule. If he shits
just
us
have it
tonight,
back.
we take
I
it back
don't
off.
All right,
So if he
tonight.
pushes us past the limit tonight, we take it back off him. Fair?
Yeah, I don't know. It's,
Oh, where's
so
the limit?
Game of
We
Kings,
decide that.
Game of Kings chess, sport of kings, horse racing.
Okay.
So
We
yeah,
can agree
we've
on
cleared
that.
it up.
Is it,
so
is it polo though? Because I always thought it was horse racing.
horse racing, but they've
Because that's quite different
there's a
to
few
polo.
different things. But some even said it was soccer. There's different eras
that's-
in.
I think we need the
Particularly like soccer.
unambiguous questions. Is
Yeah,
probably the go.
yeah.
He did have to come up with it on the
yeah.
spot. He wasn't
how many
prepared.
quizzes
for
have
it.
we
Oh,
come up with? Yeah.
Yeah. So
No.
yeah. So we just got to figure out the score again because I can't remember.
Yeah.
but we'll give you that one. How's that? That's Try and be fair.
Thank
yeah.
you.
All right. So what have we been up to? What's everyone been doing?
Oh, mate, I'm cooked.
Cooked
Work's,
today?
Work's been busy. I came down to your place on Friday night. We had a
Didn't you what?
we had a fair crack.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ. Yeah.
See you
Wow.
on your know down there.
We might have started at 11 a.m. and finished at
Yes.
1
Apologise to a few people. They know who they are. So I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, there were
See you when you
apologies to
knew?
be made. I'll tell you one thing. We got in this Uber. I am always up leggy in Ubers because I claim that I would have a 5-star Uber rating if it wasn't for leggy. Like just that we had a female Uber driver in Melbourne that he had a crack at trying to get her to come out with us.
I
And-
did.
Yeah, you
not.
fucking well did.
I did
And
not. I saved our lives with that cab in Melbourne.
yeah, cab
fell
driver
asleep.
fell asleep at the wheel.
Yeah,
Went
yeah, I
across
had to
to
grab the wheel.
Yeah, grab the
He was-
wheel.
He was doing 100, heading towards another car.
He was
10%
tired.
discount for that. Like you did.
I think we got for free, didn't
No,
we?
we refused to pay. We got
Yeah.
to the airport and said, "I'm not paying you."
Yeah,
And like you nearly killed us, mate.
yeah.
But we're in this cab on Friday night, this Uber on Friday night, and Leggy and I got in. We both just went,
Smell.
"What's that smell?" And Leggy goes to the Uber driver, "Mate, you into like coconut oil or something like that?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, I love putting it on my skin. I absolutely love it." And he goes like, "Oh yeah, I can smell it." And I'm trying to protect my rating. I'm sitting there like going, "I love coconut oil. I love the smell of anything coconut. It's so good." And I'm saying to Leggy, "Have you ever had like a drink
love
out of a coconut and all this stuff?" Trying to get him to shut up. But then he just steers into it where he goes to the guy, "So when you're when you're applying that, do you just put a little bit on the tips of your fingers, or are you like going wrist deep in that jar?
It was so. The smell was so strong. It was offensive. It was like, and then I got home, and I don't know if he puts it on the, if he put on the like the interior vinyl of his car, but I could still smell it.
Yeah.
Like the next
It
morning.
gets in your head.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was,
Like
but
that-
then Leggy's like saying to him, "Geez, mate, you must have real dry skin, eh?" Just shit like
you
this.
fucking
the whole
bathe
trip.
in it.
Is there actually like
put it
if
in the
you-
bath,
If
or-
you have a 4.8 or something, what's the actual consequence of that? In a
I think if
Uber
you
rating?
drop below a 3.8 or something
Yeah,
like
so
that,
you're
they
fine.
don't pick you up.
They won't. They'll
Yeah,
pass.
what
on
are you
you,
running?
Or 4.
4 point what?
4.84.
Yeah, so like,
Yeah.
don't stress pedal. Like,
Has he given you?
You know me. You know me. I'm a stress freak.
Did you get a rating from him after the?
They don't tell you. But I haven't checked. I'll check right now on the
Oh,
potty
live-
if it's
live
gone
on
up
air.
or down.
Yeah.
You, so let's see
Can we
what
send him a
Scoot's been up
message
to
on
while
air?
I check.
Yeah.
I'll do his
All right, what have
rating
you been
now on
doing?
the potty
Yours?
as well.
I played one of those little charity soccer games.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First run for the probably
How'd you pull
6
up?
months or something. I saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only did. It was only like 25-minute halves, and I only played half of each half. So
Oh, right.
someone do the maths on that. It wasn't many minutes.
It's
but,
25.
yeah.
All up. You must be too bad. I saw you run down the steps before.
true,
I'm
yeah.
like, what? That's the young knees. Wow. Yeah.
But yeah, did that. I don't know what else. What else? I've lived,
Live.
like a
Yeah.
8.
Normal stuff. Yeah.
8. Oh, we talked about the KFC incident already.
Yeah.
didn't we?
Yeah. It's-
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
I've been thinking about KFC a lot.
Have you had none
Lately.
since?
No, but I just want to wait for it's the right time. Like it's almost losing virginity again. I just want to be the right time for me to have KFC again.
Well,
yeah.
I'll tell you something then. Last week we were going to have a barbecue at your place, but then your lovely wife got COVID, so we
Right.
canned it.
Yeah.
I was going to bring you 2 buckets of cold chicken.
Oh, that's right. You guys did that for my birthday too. But yeah,
Yeah,
like I've been thinking about it a lot, but I keep thinking,
Obsessively or?
yeah,
Yeah?
yeah, it's interfering with my work.
Is that why that shit's not getting done?
Like,
You know you could get that.
and I've got it on a pedestal now because I had that time where it got taken away from me. I had a bite of one
And that was
before I
it.
put it in the fridge,
Yeah.
and it was just like, oh god, that's good. And now I've built it up in my head, so I keep thinking about, so maybe I could get KFC today. I'm like, oh, it's not quite right. The weather's not. Yeah, I need it to be perfect, like 24 degrees or something. And like it just every little factor has to
Has
be
to
right
be, yeah.
for me to, yeah,
The
in
feels like
alignment.
the feels like temperature has to be right.
yeah.
By the way, I looked that up. Actually, a calculation.
My thing
It's
was
actually there's another term for it. So the feels like temperature is actually I should have written it down. There's another term for it, which is a scientific term.
Okay.
It's a thing,
that's fine. I'm sure.
and there's a calculation.
I'm sure there's
for
a formula, but I just like how people, aka you, will just cherry pick which one you want. Like if the real temperature's not good enough, but it feels like fucking 40.
But that's because the wind is low and the humidity's high.
Okay, what if the
but if
feels-
if the humidity's low and the wind is up, then I'm just going to
Okay.
go, yeah, it feels like the actual temperature.
Okay, question. If the actual temperature is 40 degrees, but the feels like it's 32, what are you saying?
it's never
Are you
going-
saying,
it's never
but are
going
you
to be
saying,
that.
Oh, it's only 32.
It's
Or
never
are you saying,
going
fuck,
to be
it's
that.
40 degrees.
Did you find your rating?
Yeah, 4.94. So it's
went
gone
up.
up.
It's
You've
gone
got
up.
a bit of
Yeah.
Yep. So a bit of
wiggle room in there to
Yeah.
talk about some coconut oil. You'll be fine.
yeah, a bit of wiggle room to join in on the ragging on the Uber driver.
Oh, yeah. But speaking of KFC, I had this down for my, for fuck's sake. I think it was my for fuck's sake. I'll bring it up now because KFC serves Pepsi, yeah, all the Pepsi
Yes,
products.
it's a Pepsi outlet.
I think they're taking over
Who's taking over?
Pepsi because they are now in Red Rooster
Okay.
and Oporto.
Okay.
They've changed all over to Pepsi.
My
Interesting.
wife's not
Yeah.
going to be happy.
Pepsi Max, I don't like any soft drinks, and I can sniff it out a mile away, or taste it out a mile away. If I eat something or a yogurt
Yeah,
and it's got natural sweetener in it, like some sugar alternative bullshit,
yeah.
I can pick it.
Stevia.
Yeah, stevia or any of that shit. I don't even want to drink it. I don't even want to eat it. Like I could if you,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm not enjoying that.
Yeah.
that thing. Pepsi Max is the only one where I actually enjoy that. It's got I don't know what version
Yeah.
of sweetener in it, but they've nailed that.
I think that, I don't know because I'm used to it. I don't mind getting a roast chalk and chips from Red Rooster.
Bachelor's handbag.
But it was, yeah, that's right. Yes, very fitting. But I always thought it went better with Coke. I don't know if because
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
Yeah. Taco
But now-
Bell's Pepsi as well.
They are, yeah.
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 It
Yeah.
might be. So what's Macca's has got Coke? Who else has got Coke?
Well, they,
What's the Hungry Jacks? What are they running? Did they switch? No.
No, they're
they're still Coke, I
Coke.
think.
They're Coke.
I mean, they're
Are
for
they?
ages, but
Yeah.
yeah, I noticed. And Pepsi were doing some ads with the McDonald's logo, and their Pepsi logo beside it, saying, food tastes better with Pepsi" or something. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah, and I went, "Oh, maybe they're making a run at."
Yeah, maybe.
But that's two I've noticed, just recently that they've.
Yep.
Yeah. So watch your space, I guess.
Well, while we're on that, my for fuck's sake moment
Yeah.
for the week, it involves our Friday night that we had.
Oh.
Hey, don't worry, it's not what you did.
Oh, okay.
You're safe. My for fuck's sake moment is we had a little bit of a punt.
All right.
So we got on the ponies
Come
and we
up
got
a
on the doggies.
Yep.
We also had a crack at the pokies.
Yep.
I just had a good night where I was on the pokies and we were one off winning the major jackpot.
yeah.
So the difference between winning $40 and $10,000 is just
Yeah.
one thing.
One. Yeah.
So I nearly won that. Then we were having a punt on the ponies and the doggies, and I won on that. And
Yeah.
I just had a good night. So then when I got back to my place on Saturday, I was sitting on the couch. I was still quite hungover. I was sitting on the couch, and Foxtel was there, and I was saying, "Oh, I'll put the dogs on and have another punt." And I won again.
Yeah.
I won like another $50, something like that. And I just got into this mode where I was just thinking, should I just do this professionally? Like, this is just so easy. Like, and I just get into those modes sometimes where I'm winning everything.
Yeah.
And you, in those moments, you forget about the 100 in a row that you lost if you
Lost,
scroll back through your sports bet account.
I have
Yeah.
no doubt that you could learn enough to do it professionally, whether or not you're making enough to live on or not.
I
Yeah,
probably
right.
need to change my approach from currently what it is, which is getting a feel from
I
the
know.
names.
The
That's
name.
what I was going to say. Like, unless you're using some data to make your decisions,
Well,
you had a
yeah.
lucky
It is
weekend.
slightly-
Okay.
It is slightly more technical than that. I like in the dogs barrier 1 and barrier 8. I just think they get a cleaner jump.
Yeah.
So if there's a good priced dog on barrier 1, I'm always on it. And that's what I was doing at the pub the other day, and they just kept coming in.
They kept coming in. Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
lose.
But I can and do a lot.
Oh, excellent. All right. Do you have a for fuck's sake then? While we're on the subjects of it,
Yeah, mine was. It happened again.
oh, it happened again.
Have you shit yourself?
No, that actually happened today as well.
What do you mean?
That wasn't what I was going to say, but
Did you shoot yourself today?
almost, kind of.
You either did or you didn't. It's like it's
It was contained within the cheek.
so. It came out of your
So,
freckle.
just to be clear,
Right?
It
you
was a
said-
dicey fight. It was a dicey fight. That's what
Just
I'll
to be
say.
clear, you've said it happened again. I've jokingly said, "I've shit. Have you shit yourself?" And you actually have.
Yeah, that wasn't what I was going to talk
Fantastic.
about. So, at that soccer charity game thing I was at,
Right.
afterwards, like we're just all at the bar ordering drinks.
Oh,
so that-
did you grip a beer with somebody again?
Yeah, so I had a drink.
No way.
Yes.
So I had a drink in my hands, and then I saw, and there's this guy in front of me who I know, Luke, and he was like, it was a bit of a line at the bar. He was a couple ahead of me. He had his drink. He had 2 pints. He got 2 pints, and he was about to walk outside to his group, and he saw me, and I like said good day, and he just held his arm out with the drink towards me, but no, I wasn't
To
completely
cheers you.
dumb. Yeah, and I was like, I thought, hey. Maybe he's giving me the drink. Maybe he bought me the drink. He thinks I'm such a good guy. He's giving me the drink. Like he lined up. Don't line up, Scott. Just have mine.
Yeah.
And then I started reaching, and then I thought, no,
Don't do it.
I know this.
good.
This is a cheers
This is a
moment.
trap.
And then I cheersed him.
Oh,
Successfully.
good. And then you shit yourself.
Oh,
So, yeah.
wow.
Fucking hell. At least you learn.
Yeah.
But I reckon he looked like he was giving that.
Giving
to
it to
me.
you. Yeah, right. Yeah. The well, speaking of sport, did you win the game? Was it? Did you?
Yeah, we did actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the barbarian. It was like English and Irish. They're called the Lions. So it was all the just Mogul people. They just formed teams for this charity thing.
Oh,
if
right.
you're from Ireland or England, then you're on one team. If you're from anywhere else, basically Australia or anywhere else,
Right.
you're on the.
Do they have enough to make
Anzac.
one team out of England and Ireland?
They have more, I reckon. Like, so
Okay.
they had.
Oh, wow.
It is soccer.
It was under. There was an open comp. There was an over 35s comp, an over 50s comp, and a women's comp, and they all had full teams.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
that's
was
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, sports wrap. You've got some stuff to talk about in the sports.
I wrote a few things down. There was the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yep.
I didn't watch it.
I did. I
You won
watched
some money on it, didn't you?
I bet on it. I didn't bet on it. I bet on some of the Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
things.
Yeah.
So I bet on, and again, 2 wins.
Come
I
home.
bet on the camera to pan to Taylor Swift more times in the first half than a certain player made meters gained in that one.
Well, I don't know if was it Kelsey, her boyfriend?
Yeah,
Because in the first half, he plays for Kansas
Isn't it
City
Travis
Chiefs.
yeah,
Travis
Kelce.
Kelsey. Yeah.
Yeah.
They went on to win the game,
Yeah,
but he got the ball once and made 1 yard
yeah,
in the first half.
yeah.
And he
So I won that
abused the
bet because of
coach.
that. Yeah,
What
abused
was the
coach,
abuse
'cause-
thing about?
Because
I've
they
seen this-
weren't, like the coach calls the plays and they weren't calling enough plays that go to him.
He
So
had
they were
he
playing-
got
went
the
up
ball
and
once.
said,
So the coach
"Call
was
some
reading
plays
the
to
game
me."
and going, "This is
Pretty
our
much.
best bet. We're gonna do this over and over," and he just wasn't getting the play.
Yeah, and there was more controversy there as well because I think people that know gridiron NFL, Kansas City had second down and 8,
Yeah,
so they had to get. But on the logo came up in the corner, the Super Bowl logo came up in the corner, and then it had changed from 1st and 10, so they got an extra tackle, basically, so to
extra
speak,
down,
in footy terms. So and then they end up winning the game in the last 3 seconds. So
That incident, like I've just seen the still shot of Travis Cleese, is it?
Kelsey.
Kelsey, sorry, like screaming at the coach in his face,
Yeah.
and apparently he kind of like shoved him a bit or something. There's a whole controversy on the internet about is Taylor Swift in danger of domestic violence because of that? and
Oh,
all
really?
that?
I
Yeah.
never thought of
Yeah.
anything like
And
that.
it's
Yeah.
just-
And there's other people. The two men themselves have said, "Nah, that's fine. This
Yeah.
is how, we love
just
each
sport.
other. Like
Yeah.
this
it's
is
kind of
part
the
the
same
game."
as the Broncos punch up.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of the same as that where
Reynolds and Carrigan.
there's dust like and this happened with the Golden State Warriors last year when Draymond decked Jordan Poole, but those fights happen
It's a
at
competitive
training
space.
with teammates
All
all
the
the
time.
time
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's just fueled
It's
environment.
high stakes.
They're competitive people.
Yeah.
But they'll have a beer afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Broncos lads will have a beer afterwards.
Yeah.
But the other one in the Super Bowl I bet on was there was the two commentators, and there was just a 50-50 shot as to which one of them mentioned Taylor Swift first, and I got that one
Oh,
right.
did you get
too.
that right
Yeah,
too?
got that too.
I actually enjoyed Usher at the halftime performance. Yeah, on not my style of
Did
music
his
or anything.
tit
But it
fall
was,
out?
no, I was waiting for something. But it was kind of it was,
been
it
a
was
little,
quite
Didn't
entertaining.
pop an
Nugget.
agate.
He can move, shit, he can dance. I
Yeah.
was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Last time I got it up to dance, I was walking across I wasn't actually dancing. I was walking across the dance floor to go to the bar. and I won the comp. On the
Like
dance.
a,
Were you
like
doing
a
it
duck and a hot
backwards?
plate.
Moonwalk. Staying in America. What's today? Tuesday. Yeah, yesterday was the All-Star game in the NBA.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
What's
I
it?
think
Who
it's
versus who?
losing its.
East versus West.
No.
But
West
I hate
Side.
it. Did you watch it?
I watched the first 3 minutes and I went,
It's
"This
shit.
is pus."
There's
Yeah.
no defense
Yeah.
because they're all protecting themselves. They're all worth
Yeah.
$50 million fucking dollars,
Yeah.
and they don't want to get injured. So now there's no defense. And they're all doing fun things like
Does it mean
lobbing it to
anything,
each
like
other.
a state of origin,
Nah.
or is it just like let's have a fun game?
It used to. Back in the Jordan days, it used to be East versus West, and it was a grudge match.
Yeah, it's full on.
And
yeah.
now it's nothing. It's so shit. But even the day before, they've got the dunk contest, which has now just become dog shit.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many things they can do. They're running out of ideas. They've jumped over cars. They've jumped over Shaq. There's not only so much they can fucking do.
Yeah.
Do you
But they're all getting grief over it for not being creative enough. What more can I do?
Yeah.
Got 2 legs and 2 arms.
Yeah.
Do you think we were talking about this the other day at work about soccer and how to make it more exciting and the whole thing? Don't worry about that. But so soccer, just say soccer as it is now, is Test cricket. So a normal game of soccer
All right.
is like the real sport of soccer, football, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
is like the original form of cricket. And then they brought in 2020, which is like, yeah, let's fireworks it, let's do some fun stuff. What if they did that with soccer and it's just multi-ball and it's just like an exhibition game
Yeah.
at the
You
start
don't
of the
even
season?
like 2020.
Hey?
You don't even like 2020.
No, I don't like. I like 2020 as a concept, as a let's have a hit and giggle. Let's have an exhibition game before the season starts. See how many runs we can score without giving a shit.
Yeah.
Do the same with soccer. Get multi-ball going. Get like
Yeah,
maybe wheel out a slip and slide on the
What's
field.
futsal? That's
Futsal's indoor.
Indoor, but-
There's indoor soccer. Then there's futsal. I can't remember.
it's less players though, or something.
Less players. There's
Faster
some of them have
game?
nets. Yeah, like there's either some of them have nets and it literally doesn't go out. It just bounces around.
Oh, like
some
in
of them have
cricket or
outs.
something.
I
Yeah.
think futsal has outs, but you've only got 5 seconds to kick it back in.
Yep.
So yeah,
No.
good game to watch futsal.
I will tell you one thing in the All Star Weekend I like those. That's the 3-point contest. They
Oh,
play
that's
for
good.
keeps in that shit,
Yeah.
and that is the showcase thing.
Yeah.
But they didn't have Steph Curry in it
Yeah.
because he did a shoot off with the best 3-point shooter from the WNBA.
Yeah.
And what's funny is the guy who won the men's 3-point contest, when Steph Curry went up against her, she would have tied in the men's
Oh, really?
contest.
That's great.
She got 26, and then a couple of guys in the men's comp tied for 26. Steph beat all of them on 29.
Yeah.
They should make it just to combine.
That's what
genders.
they're saying is next year.
Yeah.
Like it's
just
not a
four-
strength thing.
The
That's
top
a-
4 men from the NBA, the top 4
Yeah.
women from the women's
Combine
NBA.
it.
The
Yeah.
women get to use a different ball. Like it's slightly smaller because their hands are
Is
slightly
that what they
smaller.
normally use in their game?
Yep,
Just
and-
use
Oh,
the
do
game,
they?
the ball
Now,
they usually use.
also, their 3-point line is about an inch and a half closer, but she said, "I'm going to shoot
yeah,
from the
shoot
men's
from the
line."
same line.
Yeah.
She said that,
Yeah.
and everyone was going, "Would she have beat Steph if she was from her own line?" But who knows?
Yeah.
But slightly smaller ball because their hands are
yeah.
slightly smaller.
I
So
saw
think,
the sorry mate, the NRL Maori and Indigenous All Stars game.
yep,
And
we
not
saw
many,
some of it.
not many people were there.
Yeah,
And I saw a report on the next day. They're going, is it gone as well? Because everyone's just interested in their teams now.
yeah.
Not an All Star game at the beginning of the season.
It feels like Origin is the only one that's holding up with that because there used to be Origin in the AFL many years ago.
Yeah.
There was it was big with Victoria versus South Australia, or Western Australia. I think were there
Yeah.
at some point, but
Yeah.
it
City
really
country
feels like
as
State
well.
of Origin is the only one still holding up with
Yeah.
those showcase games.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. What were you
I was
going
going
to
to say, I think they should do that more with sports, the ones that are not gender specific. Like it's not a strength or
Yeah, bring them all
whatever. Like a
together, yeah.
male has an advantage.
Yeah.
Just combine it as much as possible. So, like, I'm not sure what. Well, heaven forbid I bring up 10-pin bowling again, but I don't know what the rules are there. Like, or anything that's,
Don't forget that quiz. Don't forget that
anything
quiz
that's
win.
not explicitly strength based or something. I think start combining because then there's the whole trans thing as well. Like, what category do trans people play in?
Yeah.
Oh, like there was this AFL one. There was a trans man. Well, transition from male to female.
Female. Yep.
And like upset about not being able to play in the women's league. But you looked at her. She was looked like massive shoulders. She'd absolutely destroy.
Just monster.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
There'd
don't
be a
think that's.
lawsuit
I don't
if
think you can
someone
do that.
got
I think
hurt.
it's got to be what you're born at. Like you can play in the men's if you want to still play in the men's, but I don't think you can put someone who's transitioned from male to female
Yeah.
in with a female
Yeah.
comp. Unless you have a separate category or something like that. We talked about that one episode, I think.
Yeah.
Have a mixed comp or something, and
Mm.
anyone can play in that. But
The other one we talked about in a previous episode is that thing you brought up, Ben, which is the juiced up Olympics.
yeah, that'd
Oh,
be great.
yeah.
Yeah, and what were you telling me?
Yeah, it's happening.
what were you
Enhanced
telling me?
games. Yeah.
There was someone you told me. on
James
Fri-
Magnuson.
Yeah, didn't he sign a
the missile.
$1.5 million
I think it's
deal?
$1 million something.
yeah.
But
That he's
like,
in.
yep.
Is
He's,
he
He's,
swim
like,
like, yeah.
I'm going to juice that to the eyeballs.
yep. He did. He said, I'm just 6 months,
Yeah.
flat out, and he said, I'll break every record. And
that's great.
Yeah,
Is somebody
so-
going to die? Is somebody going to push it too far and do some damage to themselves and
How
die?
does the juice actually help that much? Like, what percentage are we talking about of steroids
Well, it's
can
a
help
growth
you?
hormone or something, isn't it?
Oh,
Like
there's a lot of advantages with it, plus disadvantages for
Don't your
long-term
balls
health.
shrivel up or something?
disadvantages for getting a woody.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
There's
sure-
other medication for that.
That's surely the appeal of it, though, right? Because we were tuning in to see who's just going to cark it live and stunning in a
well,
chair.
I'm kind of interested.
Yeah.
Like someone just.
And well, I think I went on this exact same rant last time. Like, it'll get shut down or something, but these people can make their own decisions about how
Signed a
much
waiver.
they want to value their life. If they're happy to risk
Yeah.
their life, people are risking their life every day doing all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Don't some other organisation say that you can't risk your life if you want to.
Well,
I re-
Yeah.
I risk my life every time I get in an Uber with Leggy.
Yes.
Slippery hands.
How's he gripping the wheel?
Oh yeah, and NRL in Vegas. It's
Yeah.
getting close.
When's
yeah.
that?
When is it? Because
No.
you
12 days or
were
something.
telling me that Matty Johns was in.
March the 2nd.
They were at Matty Johns' show. Was there?
Yeah, Tallis,
Last night,
Fletch and
yeah.
Hindy and Matty Johns and that, and they
They were
went
at the top of the stratosphere, and Tallis wouldn't go on the rides.
No, I wouldn't go on it either.
I didn't go
couldn't.
on it. I hated. You went on it. You were going to jump
you
off
go
the
on it?
top of it.
No, it was broken down, wasn't it? No.
No, you guys
Well,
went on
something.
it. I went on the one that's like a giant drop that goes up, but there was the one that goes down
yeah.
over the
Yeah.
edge of the building that you guys
Yep.
went on.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
you were going to jump off
I was
it.
going to do the jump off, and then we hadn't wait around. It was going to be a long wait.
But you got your nuts out for the photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Did that instead.
Yeah.
Remember when we saw it on the screen? We were talking to her.
Yeah.
And then we saw it on the big screen. We just
Yeah,
lost
for
it.
the stable mates. We lined up for the photo where they put it's a green screen, they put the background behind you, and bloody Scoots just got one cod out in the photo. And then we come down after going to the top of the stratosphere and we're all lining up to see our photo come up. And it comes up and we're just all like, oh, there it is.
Well, we're talking to her. We're saying, "Oh, so what are the packages for the photos?" Like trying to distract her from the fact that there's a nut on the
There is
screen.
a big testicle on the screen.
That was hard to do.
Yes.
Because we had to go through security before we had our photo, and we had to like put our like an airport sort of thing. You had to put all your wallet and keys and stuff. And I was trying my hardest to get. I had unzipped, like I kept the belt done up and just unzipped the fly, and then trying to get one.
Yeah, and
nut
you
out.
couldn't get through security. They were
It
angry
was
at you
like,
because
"Sir,
you weren't
your
keeping
wallet and keys, sir. Can I please have your wallet and keys, sir?" And I'm
You're like,
yeah.
look, I'm getting an agate out here, mate. Speaking of which, when I was in uni, me and my roommate Colin went through a phase where we were just dacking each other in public, just as a bit of a laugh. And we were in Coles one day, and we were in the supermarket checkout talking to this girl who was serving us. And I dacked him, but I accidentally got his jocks too. He didn't realise.
No.
He didn't realise.
He
He was
didn't
just standing there with everything just hanging out.
Wow.
And I reckon he stood there for 4 seconds before he knew, just with everything out. It was fantastic.
Excellent. Yeah, so I would have loved to have gone. It would have been brilliant to see the Bronx play in Vegas.
We
and
just
We can still go.
have
any
5
excuse.
days.
We can still go. When's it? 12 days away? Why don't we just do something for once? Oh, let's just talk about it and just never fucking do it. We can do it.
The thing is, you keep talking about it.
Why does everyone not get on board? Let's
Oh, I'd love to. Logistics around it and.
It costs a fair bit of money too, mate. I don't know if you know this. That's a 10 grand just off the cuff you're talking about there.
Yeah, it'd be good to go. All right, so let's get on to the.
Although I do win a lot of gambling, so
Yeah,
that'll
yeah,
just
make
pay
it
for
back.
it. I'll pay for it for
Make it
everyone. I'm on a hot streak.
What the fuck? WTF stories. Now you've got one, Scoot. Have you?
I think I had a FF.
Oh, you had a.
It happened
okay,
again.
you had a.
Yeah.
Oh, what the
Shit-
fuck? Oh,
Shit
yeah.
yourself and can't cheers.
Yeah.
And mine was the I.
I got a
I'm
what
gonna
the
suck
fuck
at
then.
gambling or
Yeah,
something.
all right. I was watching a video on YouTube on it's deck building and all that because I've got a deck to build coming up and it's a bit awkward and I'll just watch a few YouTubes just because I haven't built one for a while and just to freshen. But what happened was the guy was cutting some treated pine
Oh, yeah, the old TP. Yep.
and
Treaty
and for a millisecond
Treaty P.
for a millisecond I could smell.
Yeah.
Have
It's like that. You know, last episode we talked about that old woman who got on my lap while I was
Yeah,
just seeing the photo of
yeah.
her.
I
could
smelt
smell
her.
it.
I smelt her. I could taste her. Like in the back of my throat. I could just I was just a little bit up, Chuck.
Yeah, so, and it was really
It's your
weird.
brain, yeah.
And it's like, all right, you test this then.
Okay.
Empty, not empty, like a full salt shaker. All right, you got that?
Yep.
Yep. So open your mouth and put the salt shake. Pretend to shake the salt shaker in your mouth.
Oh, no.
Can you taste the salt?
Was
Was that all the setup just for that? The whole thing.
No, I actually could smell, but I just joined the two because I'm a. That's called comedy.
I hope your customers doesn't see this. I was getting on YouTube to work out how to make a deck.
I was thinking that too. You built that deck in my house. I'm not going to walk on that anymore.
Different style. Yeah, that's right. No. Yeah. So anyway, that was my what the fuck. So yeah. All right. So we got to move on to you want to save the world, Scoot. And it's to do with.
This could be a series.
Okay.
I don't know which one to go with.
Did you want to do an intro?
So it's just my
about
view on how we can improve things in the world.
12
That's all.
years?
Okay, we'll do the 12 years one. Yeah, okay.
Is that it's up to you.
No, we'll do that one.
Okay. Yep.
I was talking to Zach. I send him to school every day, drive him to school, and just talk about what he did and see the assignments he does and stuff. So much wasted time at school. Like, talking about nouns and, like, how many times, honestly,
Yeah.
in your working lives have you had to... I mean, knowing what a noun is, fine. That's fine. I can teach you that in about 5 minutes, what a noun is. But then all the nth degree that you got to go into, and like 12 years of this stuff is sitting in English. Same with maths. Like, some of the stuff, most of the stuff, never, ever, 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 ever.
Yeah.
Like, do we just need to rethink what the school is? And I said to Zach, I reckon I can teach you everything. Like, as soon as you've learnt to read and write, so yeah, keep all the stuff in the early years because that's working. So you get to grade 5, you can read and write. From then, I'll give you a 2-week course on everything you need to know in English. And then you don't need, as long as you pass, so you need to know what basics are. So what a noun is, how to use apostrophe, like where to use apostrophes, how to write an email, just some basics like that, some basic grammar. Teach you that in 2 weeks. If you can pass this test of what you need to know in the real world, then you never need to do English again. Except maybe once every 2 years, you just need to prove you still know that. And then look at all the free time that opens up. You can teach him how to do bloody taxes.
Taxes, yeah.
How to
I know why they do
frickin',
it.
like budget or how to.
It's to create sheep. That's the system.
Do you think it's a conspiracy?
I think it is. They don't want entrepreneurs. They don't teach you at school how to run a business.
They're suppressing us.
Yeah. They
How
don't
to
teach you
think for
about
yourself.
real estate.
Yeah.
Invest in real
Think
estate.
of all the stuff that you could teach. Like, think of all the stuff that you don't get taught.
That's right.
Yeah, how to manage money, how to do tax, how to have like just social stuff, how to not go on big rants at everyone all the time, like about
How to cheers people. Yeah.
How to cheers people.
how to cheers. I could have avoided.
I was actually
all that embarrassment.
like
yeah.
the
I was
cheers
actually
class.
thinking about this last week with my kids and their little Spriggy card that they've got for paying for stuff. One thing I really want to instill in my kids is when you leave home, when you're earning money, this is where you're going to put money for your bills. This is how we're going to add up your bills. And I was just thinking to myself, one of my biggest, like I got a lot of fears because I'm an anxiety dickwit, but one of my fears is that I need my kids to be able to look after themselves financially and be okay financially. And you just said it then. Why aren't we teaching them how to manage money? Because I did business subjects in school. And I did some accounting stuff and all that. Like, I know how to do a ledger. I know how to look at a profit and loss statement. But they didn't teach you, put this much of your paycheck in a fucking savings account and add up what your bills are for the month and make sure you got
How's
that.
a credit card work?
Life skills.
Credit card interest.
Why is there no life skills
Well, that's
subjects?
what I was. Yeah, it should not
Compound
be
interest.
It should be a life skills subject, and once you've learnt your English bloody apostrophes and commas, then it's now life skills, and it's like how to change a car tire.
Yeah.
How to how
to
to be
reverse
safe at
park.
night, like if you're walking around, whatever. How to treat a snake bite.
Yeah.
How to manage money, credit cards, like
They just want sheep. They want you to go out, leave school, go to uni maybe, or get a job, pay your taxes, and just follow the system. They don't want people to break the system and be. You know, I was talking to my eldest about it the other day, and because I'm trying to get her into that mode of being an entrepreneur and starting your own business. You're going to fail at some things. You're going to and she's like, why don't they teach us at school, Dad? And I said it's the same thing. They want you to be a sheep.
all the self-help stuff that you read as an adult, like why is that not? Why is that not in the subject?
Like law of attraction stuff and being you know, different mindsets.
I'm even happy for him to teach religion if it's like a broad spectrum of all the religions in the world and how they are eventuated
Yeah.
and what, you know.
Actually, some schools have brought in meditation,
Yeah, all
which I
that.
think,
Yep.
I think that those kind of things would kickstart. You
Yeah,
know,
important. Like how to control yourself from sending a terrible text message at 1:30 a.m. That could have come in handy for someone I know on Friday.
control. I don't have any control. Yeah.
Good one, Scoot.
Yeah, I think, and that leads me on to my next thing that I've come across. This is a bit of a back on the horse motivation for everyone listening, and if one person can get something out of it. I came across this, and it kind of struck a chord with me, and it's exactly what we're just talking about. So that was a good segue. Oh,
Yep,
very
yep,
good. Yeah,
yep.
well,
Intuition.
but it's called Be Do Have.
Be do have.
Be Do Have, okay? And a lot of people out there might have already heard of this, but mostly the sheep people that we're talking about that follow the system, and I guess we're all guilty of it in some aspects, but do the opposite. So they have, do, be. So they live their life, if I have this,
Then I can do that.
I can do that, and I'll
Then
be this type of person.
Yeah.
So, and that's the type of person I want to be.
Gotcha.
So if I have this,
Yep.
I'll do this with it, and then I'll be this type of person.
Some sort of external thing has to enable you to do that thing, whereas the other way around.
Other way around, yeah.
Yep.
So if you be that person already,
Yep.
you do the things that
Someone like that would do. Yep.
and then you'll have those things that you've always wanted. So the different process, but we're taught to live the other way around. Yeah. So I think that if you be do have, if you live that kind of way, then discipline comes into it. Motivation wears off. You know, so if you're motivated to go to the gym,
Motivator gets you started. Habit gets you to continue.
and the discipline then to keep you going.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think people focus on motivation. Like I've been to heaps of training camps and all those kind of stuff, and you come back from you pumped up, and you're like, for 3 or 4 days, you're like, oh, I'm going to change the world. I'm going to do this. And then it just peters off because you're hyped up in the time you're there, but that motivation doesn't last. You then need that discipline to keep going and going and going. So be do have. I think it's quite simple to remember, but flip that around, and it's what the way we look at living and what we're taught, I guess, and what we're handed down to. If I have this, I'll do that, and I'll be that person.
Yeah.
If you do it the other way around, if I be that person, I'll do this to get what
like
I.
that.
Yeah. So there you go.
Here's another way of looking at it. Maybe they're right about making sheep, because is sheep happier?
Some sheep are happy.
Like, are they just? I was saying this to my kids at soccer. I probably shouldn't have been saying this. I'm a soccer coach.
Yeah.
But
You got your dick protector?
oh, that's a cricket.
Oh,
Did you
cricket,
get-
that's right.
Did you get your blue card?
Yeah, I got it. So, but like, because there's a thing about kids shouldn't be headering the ball
Yeah.
in soccer
We've
because of
talked
that.
about that,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
That's crazy.
like, I don't want to be.
Or isn't there a limit on how many headers they're allowed to do?
I'm
or-
not sure. I don't know the rule, but I
Some
think
shit.
under a certain age you shouldn't be headering it. And but some of the kids in the team were doing some wicked headers. They were under nines last year,
Yeah.
and I'd always reassure them. I'd say that was an awesome header.
Yeah.
Don't worry. The dumber you are, the happier you are. Anyway,
Yeah. Too many headers.
We do have.
Too many headers, and you forget how to cheers someone.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Yep.
He had some struggles.
Well documented struggles.
That happened again. Oh, yeah.
But look, I look at the dog. Like I look at Teddy, like my dog. I'm just like, but I talk about this with Zach as well. I say, look how Teddy has nothing to worry about. Look at him.
Yeah.
But then he does. Like if you saw it, we just went into the garage and I left him behind, and he's just worried about, are we coming back?
Yeah.
Are we? So he has worries too.
Yeah, he's an anxious mess.
He's part of the pack.
Yeah, he can't even not piss himself when someone comes. He gets so happy and then so upset when they leave.
Yeah.
It's like scratching a hole in the gyprock,
Have
literally.
you ever seen a dog take a shit? Like you're like they're looking over their shoulder, they're fucking scared.
They spin around 10 times.
That's their most vulnerable moment.
They have to face north,
Yeah,
apparently.
they look everywhere.
But then I think, like, as debatably a more intelligent being than him, I can look at him and say, champ, it's all fine, mate.
yeah.
The shit you're worrying about, it's nothing.
Debatably is correct.
Yeah. We're coming back. Your life's fine. Your chum at the end of the day, it's going to be great. Just chill, knowing that everything's going to work out. But then I want someone to tell me that.
Yeah.
To say that fucking work project.
Do you want to,
It
though?
doesn't matter. Like,
Wouldn't you rather?
Oh, you got to build a website.
Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice to be oblivious though? Like my dog, we talked about it last time. He's not well, and he's coming to the end of his life. And I was thinking about it yesterday. I came home from work yesterday, and he was walking around a bit crooked and like a bit stumbly. And I'm just like, oh shit, is this it? And I'm thinking, oh, do I take him to the vet?
That's sad,
But
isn't it?
I was thinking to myself, he's got no idea that the end is near.
Yeah.
Like he's got
just
no
looking for
idea, and
relief.
I was jealous of that. I'm just
Yeah.
like, how fucking good would that be?
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
if I get to 85, here's hoping, not after Friday night, fucking
Touch
hell,
wood, yeah.
the way I treated my liver. Imagine if you got to 85 and you just didn't know that there was an end finish
what I'm
line.
saying. Just
Takes
head-
away the pressure,
Just
eh?
head of the ball.
Just
just
head
hit
of the ball.
Yeah.
Just score some
Cheers in the
goals with
dark.
your head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. And I think that going back to that be do have way of thinking, you do put a lot of pressure on yourself, and you do, and we've always put ourselves out there as well. So, and I've said that on previous episodes where you'll fall on your face, and then but then what you say as well is, well, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Well,
We're going to die soon.
yeah, we're all
Mate,
going to be dead
we're
one
just
day, and
spec. Both size
And then
wise
the
and
world
time-wise.
ends because it's all about Scoot.
It's all the Matrix. It's all that shit.
it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Yeah, you got to see the Matrix. You gotta watch it.
Don't reference the Matrix.
You should watch The Matrix and then give us a review on it
Yeah,
on the
I
next
wanna,
pod.
yeah, I do
Let's
wanna.
do
Why
that.
don't we all watch a movie that it's
Oh,
ridiculous that we
okay.
haven't seen before the next?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
I
we'll
got one
watch
for
them
you.
together.
Yeah.
Is it-
Stranger by the Lake.
Why don't they
Knew
do
you were
that?
gonna say that.
More cinemas, because they obviously want to make money. Well, that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
Why don't they? And I know they do it sometimes, but just replay great movies at the cinema.
Yeah.
I know they do it occasionally. It's
Yeah.
like the Star Wars, and I think Matrix have done it. But just like they've played
Like
the Titanic. Like every
anniversaries
time,
and-
they should.
Well-
there should be an old movie that you can watch as well. Like because you go there, you don't. Oh, none of those movies I want to watch. But
Well,
I'll watch
that's
the Titanic
actually-
on the big screen. You know.
Yeah.
That's actually quite the opposite of what I was thinking the other day when Tash and I went to the movies. We rarely go to the movies. And I walked out of the movies just thinking to myself, a movie cinema is going to be gone soon. Like, are they on the way out? Because
I
it
don't
costs a fucking fortune to
I
go to
don't
the movies. But I can stream any fucking movie at
Yeah.
home in the comfort of my fucking lounge room for nothing. Why? Like,
It's been a while. Like this is.
it's only
Why
like,
has it not happened yet? Because
is it on the way out though? Do you think it will
I
have a
don't reckon.
demise?
I reckon
There was very few people there.
there might be an adjustment, but I think it's a sort of social thing that
It's so unsocial though. You can't talk to each other.
something to do.
Yeah.
It is something to do.
Do people
but I
still
don't
on dates go to the movies?
I don't know. Well, gold class is a thing, and we went and someone gave us a gold
must be
class
nice.
voucher. I'll repeat. Someone gave us a gold class
So
voucher.
you were able to go on this occasion because you had
Yeah,
it given to
yeah,
you.
we
Yep,
scraped
okay.
together
It's
a
after
couple
the
extra
country club.
dollars to afford some chips. What'd you say?
Nothing.
What'd you have for dinner?
Hey,
What'd you have for dinner?
we went in the daytime.
Caviar.
Okay.
I did order 4 beers, which got delivered to me.
Okay.
But that was all under the voucher. Yes. Anyway, but I just walked out of there just thinking, I know that we've spent like a $100 voucher on
someone
this. So
else's
going to the movies is $100, and that's not the normal
Yeah.
movie experience. But even just like it's good to take the kids to the movies
Yeah.
when there's a movie out and all
Yeah.
that. Something like you said, something to do. But so many options at home. And the comfort of your lounge room on your big TVs that you have now instead of the tiny little black and white in the
Yeah.
corner that
Pause
Leggy
it.
grew up with.
You can pause it.
Yeah, yep.
You got
need to
48
take a
hours
piss.
to watch it.
I had to do a piss in the middle of the movie. I missed an important part of the storyline.
They should they have
That
a,
was the 4 beers.
should they have a piss break? in the movie.
An
Like,
intermission.
just a 2-minute piss break. Yeah,
Yeah.
intermission.
No. Intermission.
I reckon.
That's a deep Offspring reference.
Yeah, I got it. I was just trying to move on so we didn't have to explain it.
Didn't want to.
Yeah,
want to recognise
smash. It's a great album.
It is a great album. I won't hear about
That
it.
little the start of that album, the snare roll.
New
Yeah,
albums.
Nitro. Nitro. Good song.
Dark Matter.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. When's that out? I know the single's
April,
out.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you
Fuck
have you
yeah.
heard it, Ben?
Yeah.
You- Yeah. I'm liking it. Yeah.
I'm not into the song yet, but I need to listen to a few
It'll
more
grow on
times.
you. Yeah. It's pretty
I
good.
think, not to get too. I
Pearl
found
Jam for everyone.
I found the drums a bit busy, but sorry, like just a bit too much syncopation happening. I just couldn't get it yet. My head hasn't got around it.
There's a fair bit of Soundgarden going on in that song from
Yeah.
Matt Cameron. But
How many minutes have we been recording for?
47.
I'm shocked that we got 47 minutes in and neither of you have mentioned the Pearl Jam tour announcement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, true.
I'm-
Can't wait.
And
yeah.
not coming to Brisbane.
Yeah, that's weird.
What's
Okay.
with these? What's it's like Taylor Swift
It's
and shit not
probably-
coming to Brisbane?
Oh, she didn't come to Brisbane either.
Didn't she?
Nah.
No.
Oh, really?
Did it
No.
clash with Pink?
Yes.
Because we had
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
mate.
they
Pink,
can only have so
Taylor
many
Swift.
stadium shows.
Yeah, is that a
else was
noise
saying?
restriction
Also, she
rule?
sold out 96,000 crowds in a
Yeah.
row. So I don't think those.
I don't actually know if I know a single Taylor Swift song.
Shake it off.
Which one?
Shake It Off.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know
the main one. The most
Sing it for me.
well-known one. Shake it off. Shake it off.
No.
Yeah.
Not
No.
that one.
Fucking hell.
I reckon cinemas will be fine. Maybe less of them, but I'd be ashamed if you couldn't go to see a movie at the cinema.
Yeah. On Taylor Swift,
Mm.
I had this as a what the fuck thing.
Was this your first weddie?
What? I still haven't had a wedding. It's not going to be over Taylor,
Taylor
Swift.
Swift might have broke the seal.
No, I mean she's attractive. But no,
Not overly.
do we find it weird in today's society?
I'll check.
And I actually backed out of this a little bit because I thought about how fucking obsessed I am with the Collingwood Football Club and the people involved with that.
I'll just check
but-
my emails. Keep talking.
Oh, that's screwed.
We're going to have a meeting, hey? We need to have a podcast meeting and put on the agenda chip wrappers.
Yes, yes.
Fucking
Checking messages and emails.
Put your phone away.
Oh, JB Hi-Fi's having a sale.
Can you take that quiz off him? Take it off him.
Yeah, if it keeps going, I will.
Yeah. Do you find it funny in today's society that people will put on a pedestal a human being to the level that they are doing with
It's a
Taylor
Sarah
Swift?
Clifford factor.
Like she let. We'll
Remember
come
that?
back. We'll come back to that. She's landing at the airport, and the fence at the airport, outside of the boundaries of the airport, is lined with people.
Yeah.
Hundreds of people who just want to see her plane land and get a 100-meter glimpse of her walking from the plane to the car.
Yeah.
Like
Like the
are we
Beatles.
in a
Yeah,
world where
Elvis, I think it's the same thing. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
what's the benefit of that glimpse?
Is it that?
It's just,
In a world where we can look her up on the internet, follow her on social media, but then I did,
It
as
makes
I
it
said,
real, I guess. Maybe
yeah,
for
as I
fans.
said, I did back off a
You
little
gone
bit
to
because
Collingwood,
I
parade,
go to
won't you?
I'd go to a Collingwood parade if there was a grand final parade, all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
I do think that's a little bit different when it's sport. Like, yeah, go to a concert, idolise her music, all that stuff. But like when Pearl Jam lands, you're going to go to the airport
Well,
and
as a
watch them go-
teenager, I would have. Not now, I won't. Because
Yeah,
I'm a grown
yeah.
man. Or adult boy.
You pulled that up very
You
well.
have
'cause
backed
you knew
out of
we would
that.
have pounced on
You
you.
knew we were coming for you.
And not a physical pounce either.
I did do that. Not the airport, but like when I was like grade 11 or 10 or whatever it was when Pearl Jam came. Like me and Nathaniel were pretty obsessed. Like we lined up for tickets, lined up to get front row of the mosh pit,
Yeah.
all that sort
Wore
of stuff. Is
masks
it a
to school
teenage
and we
thing?
all coughed on you.
Yeah. But is that just a stage of life thing where I don't know. What makes you as a teenager idolize things so much? Like, and why do you not do that as a grown?
Is
you
it
got less
because
things
it's
to worry
new?
about, maybe?
Is it less way? Is it because it's also really new to you? Like it's your first experience with that?
Maybe.
Maybe,
like-
yeah.
But
I
I
don't-
think maybe you get older and you go, oh, they're just human as well.
Yeah.
You know, and when they go and they get all that pressure and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I found the Taylor Swift madness to be quite
It's,
mad.
it's also like an
Like-
identity thing. Like
Yeah,
people, often teenagers just want to be part of something
yeah,
and a part of a group of people who like I
The
remember being in high
Swifties.
school.
Yeah.
The bands you liked, it was really tightly woven into your identity.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think it's just taking that to the nth degree. Whereas,
I think the same crowd will be at the Royal Mail March 16th for the
Yeah,
Whiskey
I
Lips
think
skit, so I think they'll be
remember
lined
that
up.
guy who came up to us after the show and said it was like he
Best.
cannot believe the sounds that his ears
His-
were hearing, and we weren't that good that night. I know for a fact we weren't. He said, "Man, you guys are so good. I cannot believe the sounds my ears were hearing."
Do you remember the night there was
We
that?
were pretty good.
Do
Come
you
on.
remember that night there was that girl there, and she was very intoxicated, and she was dancing, and then she went over to the corner of the room, and she appeared to be
Going into labour, wasn't
she
she?
appeared to be going into labour.
Yeah.
But it was
Now
weird.
I
don't think
don't
she was
know
pregnant.
if she. I don't think she was pregnant, but she was lying on a bench, and she was
It's an experience.
she was miming giving birth. We were all like thinking, "Do we need a midwife?" Like,
She was panting and doing all the actions. It was real weird.
she was doing all the Le Mans stuff or the
Yeah. I did notice that her pants were done up with like a bit of Telstra rope, so that's
yeah. That's
Yeah.
a sure tell that
yeah.
can't trust what's going on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a great pub though. So
It is good fun.
Stablemates come out
Yeah.
March 16th,
Yeah.
4 o'clock. Yeah, come and say good day. And speaking of stablemates, if we could get, we'd really love it, some reviews
Yes.
because we're popping up
Good
here
reviews
and
or
there.
any reviews?
No,
Oh,
so what we want you to do is we want you to jump on wherever you're listening to us. So that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play. Google Play, is that what you guys
right.
call it?
Google Podcast.
And we want 5-star reviews on there. Like that, and that's going to help us get a wider reach
gonna
with
help
our
us
listeners.
help you.
That's
help us
right.
help you. Help us
Yeah.
help you.
YouTube.
Help us help you.
YouTube's another.
YouTube as well.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And written reviews are great as well, so they help.
Yep.
Yeah, heap of written reviews. So
Yep. Fun fact: most of our listeners are on Apple Podcasts.
Yep.
So if you can give us some reviews on there, that's going to put our reach out there. So that'd be
heartfelt
great.
plea. That would
Yeah.
be
So
great.
any
Yeah.
stablemates, and we might even have a little competition we're going to run on that. So I'll
Yeah.
tell you right now. Get in and do it first, and you might win that.
Yes,
But
that's
I'll
a good idea. Yeah.
reveal more about that in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. Now you've got a funny story you want to tell us?
Let's not build it up.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
no.
it's a just an observation that I've
Just
made
back-
about
An
the-
observation.
Back yourself, Scoot.
oh no, it's gonna be fucking
It's going to
hilarious.
be fucking
Okay,
okay.
so
Have more confidence in yourself,
I-
mate.
no,
If there's
this
something, I've always said, if there's something you lack, it's confidence.
And everything's going to be all
I
right.
just don't know how to say this without violating all sorts of
Blue cards.
blue card censorship issues, everything. But
You'll
does
be fine.
Do you guys know what docking is?
Yes.
Isn't that where?
You explain it.
Isn't that where two males who have not been circumcised
Yeah.
pull the foreskin over each other's penises and use that to pleasure each other?
Something like that. I think, you approach each other, you dock, and anyway, that's...
Dock of the Bay. Yep.
Just look it up. Just look it up.
No, I probably wouldn't Google
Not in
that.
an image search.
Not
Not in an image search.
yeah, maybe a private browser.
In a purely text search, look that up.
Yeah, just a private browser.
Yeah. So we went camping with two people we both know who both have Jayco Swans.
Right.
You know Jayco Swans, like a camper trailer.
Is that's not a euphemism for foreskins, is it?
No, it's not. No, I don't know what they're running downstairs. But, they have actual, literal Jayco Swans. So Jayco is a brand, Swan is a model of caravan.
Yeah. Like they have
Wind up-
eagle and
wind up camper. So it's
Yeah.
like one of those ones. It's like a half height. Then you wind it up. The canvas is the top half, and then the beds push out.
Yeah.
So they park their swans right like next to each other, and then the beds
Slid the
the
beds
beds
out.
pushed out. Well, they weren't actually that close, and I was saying, hey guys, you should go a bit closer because when you roll your beds out, they'll be right next to each other. And not sure if you're familiar. This only works if you're actually familiar with how these swans work. But
Yeah.
the bed that you're in, it's just canvas around it, and there's Velcro that holds the canvas wall down. So you can undo that Velcro, and you could like technically put your hand out
The window. Yeah.
of the bed and reach. If there was someone perhaps parked right
close
next
enough.
to you,
Yeah.
you could each have your hands kind of in the other camper.
We get
while
it,
your
mate.
body's in the one
We get it,
camper.
mate.
And I don't know. You didn't even draw your diagram, but
I think we got there.
I'll.
We've been with you for quite some time.
So yeah, I just thought that could be a new sport, swan docking, and then they could.
Swan docking.
I'm not. I don't. Now that I know what this is, I don't think I needed to go into the graphic detail about the foreskins. that seems redundant.
You've gone too early on that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought I was helping him.
Is this
I was
appropriate?
just trying to help
That's
him.
fine.
Is it appropriate?
This is the
Yeah,
cover
it's
for this
fine.
episode.
Anyway,
Have you heard some of the shit that I've said on this thing?
Try it at your next camping trip, swan docking.
If one of them's dreaming of downhill skiing, the other one's in trouble.
You're
Anyway.
dreaming of downhill skiing.
That's right. You'll get it. Yeah.
I missed that one.
Yeah. Okay. So now you're still
Me.
on a bit of a hate thing going
Hate?
again. Yeah.
Hate's
Well,
such a strong word.
Hate.
we're talking about Pearl Jam
Oh
before.
no, hate's a strong word. Too strong.
Oh,
word. I
yeah,
love
no.
Pearl Jam.
No, you don't hate Pearl Jam, but you hate Matt Cameron.
I do know.
You full on hate him
I do know.
as the drummer.
I
You
thi-
don't think he's a good drummer for Pearl Jam?
I think he was a genius in the Soundgarden.
Downhill skiing. I got it. Oh, I get it. Oh, I got
That's
it.
the swan docking.
Yeah.
Yeah. there
Sorry.
you go.
As you were. Oh, very funny.
Oh dear. Oh, just one of those things again where we can't stop them from giggling like
He jumped
schoolgirls.
in. He frightened the shit out of me. I was like,
I was excited. I got it.
Very good, very good.
yeah, anyway, so Mr.
Too many headers.
So Pearl Jam had quite a few drummers. So they started with Dave Cruson in the 10 album.
Yep.
Then Dave Umbrazizi. As soon as 10 came out, Dave Umbrazizi came on, and he basically
Your
toured
best
the
mate.
10 album.
Yep.
And he also recorded the verse. He's recorded Verses and Vitalogy, toured all that,
Yep.
and
He's very good.
very, very good.
Yep.
Probably hailed as probably the favourite Pearl Jam drummer for most people who do that.
Except for Pearl Jam.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Except for Eddie.
There's some tensions.
yeah.
Then they had Jack Irons, who was the original Chili Peppers drummer, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
he did No Code and Yield. I really, really love the drumming in Yield.
Yeah.
And then they had he had to leave because of I don't know something. And then Matt Cameron who was the Soundgarden drummer, has drummed for Pearl Jam ever since.
Yes.
And I really, really love Matt Cameron and Soundgarden, and I just thought this is going to be amazing, and it just wasn't amazing. I just don't like his drumming in Pearl Jam. I just don't think it's right. I think Jack Irons for me was great. Dave did some great stuff too. So they're my two. I really would love it if Jack Irons was still the drummer.
Still there
I'd be happy with Dave Umbrazizi too.
as well. Okay. Yeah, it's fair enough. If you want to hate drummers and
No,
you're
I
a
don't
drummer,
hate him.
well,
I don't hate him. He's a fine
I
guy.
thought you'd stick together.
Great in Soundgarden.
Yeah. Okay. Did he do Temple?
Temple the,
The
dog.
Dog?
I don't know who was the drummer in that, to be
I
honest.
think he did.
Yeah.
Mate, and one's a film clip. I'm sure I saw him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you and your hate mail anyway. So, speaking of mail, stablemate questions. Let's get on to those.
I was just thinking back to that moment when we had a break and Scott said, "Do you think this is going to be interesting content?"
that's
And
what I
I said, "Nah, it's going to be shit."
Dog shit.
No, it's fine.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Other drummers out there, the stablemates, they'll have their opinion.
No,
Send them
very,
in.
very, very entertaining.
Turn up the sarcasm.
Oh, it's not very nice. I enjoyed it.
All right, stablemate questions.
Yes.
How's that? All right, here's one.
Go.
This is from stablemate Grant. Now, he gave me two.
Right.
One was quite fun, and the other one was just quite depressing.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
which one do you want first?
Depressing then fun.
Yeah.
Depressing
that's-
first?
Yeah.
Would you rather be buried or cremated?
I don't think it'll matter. I never wanted to be cremated when I was younger, but now I don't care. Like,
Okay.
I don't mind.
I reckon cremated because I'm an efficiency person, and that just seems more compact. Like, I don't want to take up that big fucking space.
Are we still doing that? Like, is that
Yeah.
sustainable to have a full spot burial for us? Like, how many people have lived, and how many people are going to die?
Yeah, well,
Like,
they
we
stack
can't-
them on top of one another
Yeah.
now.
They
so
re-
you can
they
be buried with
reuse
your
them.
wife on top, or you want
I like-
who goes
yeah,
first.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like-
Oh, you like on top.
No, I like the other way around. I don't want to have work.
I worked all day. Oh, shit.
Even in death, yeah, fair enough.
I find it claustrophobic. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't when I was dead. I wouldn't find anything. But
No.
the thought of being buried alive feels claustrophobic for me right
Yeah.
now.
Yep,
But what about
should-
burning?
I don't like the burning either. What else would be
dead.
good? Like just
They do tree pods.
a tree pod.
They put your body into a pod and they plant it and a tree comes out.
Nah, I reckon.
Huh?
What about chucking in the ocean?
Well, that was the next part of his question was, if it's cremated, do you care what they do with it, or is there a place you'd like to be scattered? Like I thought instantly, like you would say Byron Bay.
Maybe, yeah. If I
But-
got snorted off a
What about Toddy
hooker's
Gold?
tip.
Off a hooker's ass, just fucking lines. What if I
Mixed with
promised to
cocaine.
do lines of you?
Oh,
mixed with
cut
cocaine.
with coke. Yeah.
Oh, this is taking a weird dark turn. I did promise it was going to be dark.
I reckon. You know that stretch of bitumen outside Nathaniel's old house where I threw up
And
then
ate the
I ate the
sausage.
sausage out of the spew?
Just a sprinkle there.
I reckon there.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just think.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben,
Yep.
have you got you?
Yeah,
Preference?
I think cremated would be good,
Yeah.
and I reckon
That'd
this.
be good.
Well, compared to being in a box for eternity,
Yeah.
like it's just done quick, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
And then with the scattering, I think, as spiteful as you could be, wait for someone else who's going to throw it in the ocean and just fucking run down and go, "Ah," mix it in with that one. You can't tell if it's me or Granddad.
It's like they're docking.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, ash docking.
Burn docking.
Ash docking.
Jeez.
You heard it here
Oh,
first.
fucking hell. All right, here's the uplifting one, which
Okay,
is
fun one.
also from Stablemate Grant. Who is your favourite Ninja Turtle? And which one best represents your personality?
Oh, Raphael.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
I'm Raphael.
I was Raphael.
Yeah.
In the cartoon, I was Raphael.
Here's my least favorite.
In the movie, it was different though. He was like in the cartoon that we all grew up with. He was a bit of a shit stir. He was funny, and he was just always poking fun at people. But in the movie, he was a little bit different.
I like Michelangelo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the party dude.
To be honest, at the time, I liked Donatello, which is really
To the nerd.
lame. Because he was like good at gadgets and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Physics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of like Leonardo, but when I look back at it, I'm like, Leonardo, you're such a fucking goody.
Oh yeah, he's a
Like,
fucking loser.
suck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Master Splinter won't like it if we do this, guys. We really need to do this the right way. Come on. I actually like Raphael's vibe and Michelangelo's vibe now.
Yeah.
Like looking back at it. It's just
Yeah.
like, come on.
I was always Raphael.
Yeah,
I just
same.
didn't like the weapon he had. That's what I didn't like about him. I'm like, what are you
Who?
going to do
The
with that
sai.
sai?
Yeah.
Whereas
I liked
Leonardo had a
Donatello
sword.
spin, but even Donatello spinning the
The
staff.
bow. Staff.
Staff.
Yeah, one of the two. Yeah, staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Very good.
So you can see the contrasting questions there from Stablemate Grant.
Yeah, no, that's
He
very
had-
good. Thanks, Grant.
Fuck, I've just
think he's-
spilt this on myself. Do you want to suck that
No,
out?
I'm fine.
That's
If
that's
it's snake
wasted.
poison, I'll do it.
Stablemate Joss.
Right.
Give us some of the best nicknames you've ever heard.
Oh, nicknames. My ones from footy were
Goat's milk.
Goat's Milk.
Not
was-
even for yourself, but for people you know.
Yeah, I think
Goat's Milk. Can you?
The guider.
The guide is
Guide.
very funny.
I
gotta
don't
explain
think
that one.
I don't think we can tell.
No, you
the
Well, you
can.
don't have to
guide.
name names.
Just, yeah, you don't have to-
Nah, but it was so well known, and
That's all right. Just like
It's I can't tell the story. Yeah,
okay.
I don't think I can because
it was just helping in.
Can I
certain
say a couple of
situations.
words and Ben can beep it out if you don't like it?
Or do you want to not?
He offered a A sexual assist. If we were
mate.
counting his assists, he was on 1.
The guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you explain goat's milk? Because I've heard you say that a number of times and I've forgotten.
Well,
what
old
is
goat's milk, he'd pull his nutsack down to make it look like a goat's tongue. He'd pull it like really far. Like really far. And he'd say, look at the goat's tongue. And what comes from there is milk, I guess. So, goat's milk, yeah. So,
We knew a guy named Guppy.
guppy.
And he was Guppy because there was a girl, like he was playing sport at uni. And in the women's team, there was a girl whose nickname was the Shark. She was so good.
Right.
And he ended up being called Guppy because he was the bait for the shark because he just, so he was the Guppy.
Seen some tradie ones, one guy they
It was
called
actually the Mud Shark
the
and
Mud
the
Shark.
Mud Guppy. So
Sensor Light because he only works when someone walks past.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those
yeah,
tradie
they're
ones,
pretty
they're
good.
good.
Yeah.
We had a mate called on our cricket team who we called Turnbuckle
yeah,
because he had a bad knee. Every time he turned, he buckled.
yeah, that was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't think of any more.
There's a band name. Does that count? I got a band name.
not that one that was in the suggestion box.
No, Iron Hyman.
Oh,
What? I'm Hyman.
Iron.
Iron Hyman.
yeah.
Sounds painful. You got any, Ben?
Nah.
All right, move on.
Oh, there's one. A guy I play with, Rabs. He was
Rabs.
he was crazy and good footballer, but just a maniac. And I actually caught up with him at the grand final last year. But his nickname was Lab Monkey because he was just fucking nuts. He was just jumping around. He was Lab Monkey, yeah.
Monkey. That's
Lab
really
Monkey,
good.
yeah.
I
There you
like
go.
it. All right, that was stablemate Joss. This one's from stablemate Nathan. This is a bit more of a serious one.
Okay.
Okay, I'll put my
Now that you-
serious hat on. Hold on, wait.
Yes.
That's more
I
your
love that hat.
That's more
That's
your
fantastic.
Russell Coit hat than anything.
Yes.
Now that you're all dads, could you restrain yourself if your child was getting badly bullied or beaten up?
Nah. Depends how old and tough the other kid was.
Is that self-preservation?
I would definitely get involved. Absolutely.
Yeah. I had an incident with my youngest, and she's the first year of high school, and she got sort of shoulder barged, and I just saw red. I just went, oh, but it was from another girl who's 2 years older than her,
Yeah.
and I just went, oh, and I just went, well, just let me know if it happens again, and those kind of things. She was
You do
cool
see
about
red
it.
though, don't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm
I
so
had an-
protective.
I
I
had an
invent the
incident.
things in the head that haven't even happened. I'm like
I
in the
would do
shower, I'm
this.
just thinking about if that kid who hasn't done anything wrong, I'm just playing these scenarios. He did that, and then I'm going to do this, and then he couldn't have been more courteous. In the end. Like, it was just like, oh, Mr. Maynard, how's it going? Like, it's like, fuck, you know.
Well, I had an incident and I didn't hold back. So my boy got into a punch up at school.
Shit.
And one of those ones where the crowd turns around. And I was proud of him. He stood up for himself.
Yeah.
But I picked him up from the bus on the other end and he got in the car and he broke down in tears and I said, what's happened? And he told me what happened. And I knew where this kid got off his bus, different bus, and I drove there. And I parked the car and I said, you tell me which one it is. Parked a fair way away. And I got
How's
out
your
of the
blue
car
card
and he
looking?
pointed at him. He said, that's him there. And I left. I said, you stay here. And I got out of the car and I walked across the car and I fucking screamed at this kid. I went, fucking get here. And I yelled at this kid and I said, you think you're fucking tough? I can tell you I'm fucking tougher. And I lost it. I lost my shit. And then later in the art, this kid fair dinkum shit himself like he was Scoot. He filled his
contained within
pants.
the
He
Splattered everywhere.
shit bricks. And then later on, one of Cam's mates texted him and said, oh my God, I just saw your dad give it to old mate at the park. He goes, I was 100 metres away and I shit myself. But I couldn't hold back, eh?
Yeah.
I just had to do something about it. But then my lovely wife, I love her. Do you know what she did? later in the day. So I went home. I told her what happened, and then I instantly went and emailed the school. And I said, and I emailed the school and I said, look, I know this isn't the right thing to do, but I want to be upfront. This is what's happened. I've gone and done this. Maybe I shouldn't have done it, but I'd do it again because protecting my kid.
Yeah.
But this is what's happened. And to the school's credit, they rang me straight away and they dealt with it, and they dealt with it really well. But then an hour later, my wife took my daughter down to the shop to get something, and she came back and she saw the kid on the side of the road. So she pulled the car over, wound the window down, and she had a crack. She just got stuck into him as well, just fucking screamed at him and shit.
Brilliant.
So, I mean, I don't know if you're meant to do that. And maybe Scoot,
No, you gotta.
as the only blue card holder in the room, maybe you actually know, but
I think I'd go the
Not
parents
meant to,
too.
but yeah, you got to.
I
You
almost
absolutely
went to
have
the parents'
I
house.
did it with the kid who, you know, when the new barbecue shapes came out. I did it to a kid who was eating the new barbecue shapes because I didn't want him to like influence the statistics
I think
of
you talked about
people
this
liking the new barbecue shapes. I was like, you
use
know,
him for
that's
that.
not the real flavour of barbecue shapes. They've got a better flavour. If we all stick together, we'll get it back. And we did. We got it back.
It works. The system
All right,
works.
after that. Bit a lighter one after that.
Oh,
You ready?
yeah.
Stablemate Chloe.
Do you want me to put
Chloe,
my my
right.
lighter hat back
Yeah,
on?
put your lighter hat back on. Stablemate Chloe.
Physically lighter.
Blondes or brunettes? That couldn't be more simple. You've got two options. Blondes or brunettes?
I was always blondes as a kid. Samantha Fox, I think when she was blonde. Not that I was looking at her hair.
Yeah. Did the carpet match the drapes?
I think so.
Guys, come on.
Oh, sorry, Scott.
I think it's for me, it's, I think blondes, but it's a whole package for me. I'll be fence sitting, but there's some brunettes that are gorgeous.
I very much grew up wanting to be close to Britney Spears.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, she was blonde.
I've got that
Yeah.
video.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that
Very
photo
much
we did
so.
up of you and
Yeah.
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 Britney.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
blondes, definitely.
Yeah, but my wife has been both, and
yeah.
I love her for that.
Yeah. I think they
She
mix
has
it up.
just
Yeah.
given me a chance at both worlds. Good on
Yeah.
her. Bless her little heart.
not too worried. Like, it is not that much of a criteria for me, to be
No.
honest. Yeah.
That's an interesting point. Why do they think we like hair so much?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
There's a few
what-
things south of that I care about.
You like it when they put in a ponytail because they know it's not going in the road. So they're tying it back.
Jesus.
You'd be
Something to
surprised.
grab onto.
I think what women think
It's a
men
full
like.
stop.
Yeah.
Like we you know
Like when they get their
women
nails done.
point out other women like, oh no, she's not good because of this, or she's great, and it's just a
No, we don't
completely
care
different
about that.
criteria to what men
Yeah.
are thinking. It's like, okay, yeah,
Like the lips.
yeah, come on,
Yeah.
you know one wants.
We're not interested in lips.
No,
I'm not interested in
Smaller
how
the
plump
better.
your lips are.
smaller the better.
Oh, let's not go crazy.
The medium are the better.
You don't want any teeth involved.
Oh, I could tell you a story there. Oh, wait, we'll
Well,
move
tell
on.
us the story. How about now?
Oh, you got her now. You got her now.
Oh, I don't. Out of respect for my wife, I'm not going to. It wasn't her.
What's she
No, it wasn't her. She just
Come on.
fantastic.
B do have. Come on.
Fuck off. All right. One more?
Yep. Okay.
All right, last one. Did you have any... This is stablemate Stacy.
Stacey. Okay.
Stacey's mum.
No, it's Stacy.
Oh, Stacey.
The child.
She's got to go on.
Yeah. Did you have any embarrassing collections as a child?
Yeah, I used to go
What's
around.
this going to be?
Oh,
A sock collection of
Oh, we'll talk about that in a sec.
You know
If
your
we're
socks.
talking, if we're talking about the teeth incident, we're talking about the sock incident.
oh that one. Oh, fuck.
never used
Scott.
a sock.
I've got your sock. Very
That's
funny.
a long story.
Very
It's weird. And I'll go to my grave saying I was just trying to keep the sun out of. I just wanted to sleep in and have the sun not in my car.
You got to talk about what you, like the car cover. That makes no sense
I
out
know.
of
I'm
context.
just saying, like, I just wanted a good night's sleep.
We were at a party.
Do you know what helps with a good night's sleep?
We were at a party, and everyone just like 3 o'clock in the morning goes to pass out, and Scoot's driven us all out there. So Scoot goes to sleep in the back of the Chimera, and he puts the car cover on, and then things ensued with somebody, but he just maintains. I only put the car cover on because I wanted the sun to not wake me in the morning.
I was planning on just sleeping in there by myself. I was kind enough to say okay when this person wanted to sleep in there as well, and I just didn't want to be woken up, so I put the car cover on.
And the next morning we're at work, and she comes in with a friend, and me and Scott are sitting there eating a salad bar, and she goes, "Oh, by the way, Scott, I've got your sock."
Sensational.
Think of that what you will, maybe.
Embarrassing collections.
Oh, I used to go around to businesses when I was a kid on the BMX and ask for their stickers.
Ask for stickers off.
Like you go to Borough Pairs and ask for a sticker.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Just collecting
Yeah.
them for
This
any
is in-
reason, or just to have them.
early 80s or something,
Yeah.
just to have stickers.
Yeah.
And
And what would
also,
you put them on? Your
um,
BMX?
I just cupboards at home or
Oh, right.
somewhere, and and also I collected rubbers. Yep.
Erasers.
Yeah.
No, rubbers.
Trojans.
Ansel.
Trojan. Yep.
You got a Durex in there?
No, the scratch and sniff rubbers. You know your rub and sniff. What were they? The rubbers that had. Oh, they were big when I was a kid. The erasers that smelled.
Pterodactyl brand.
Fuck off. If it's shaped like an orange and it was a rubber and it smelled like orange.
Yeah.
Did you? you'd know-
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I remember the scratch and sniff stickers, not the rubbers.
Snickers. Knickers.
I had one of the when we were in primary school, the cool thing to do was basketball cards, collecting basketball cards.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, I didn't mind basketball. I had a Bulls hat and all that, but more into soccer.
Yeah.
So I decided I'll collect soccer cards.
Okay.
How many people do you think I had to fucking trade with?
No
None.
one.
No,
yeah,
I bet.
I spent so much money.
My
on soccer cards.
one of our mates, Bino, he is the most generous person in the world, and he was going through his shit when they were moving, and he found his basketball card collection. He knows that Cam, my boy, is into basketball, and he brought them all around one night and gave them to Cam. And I'm like, mate, you can't do this. Like, you can't give this to him. He's like, nah, I'd rather he had him. I was like, mate,
Oh,
do you
awesome.
know what this is worth?
Yeah.
And what Cam doesn't know is, I reckon he's sitting on a few grand there. Like, I
Wow.
reckon these things are worth a few grand.
Oh.
And there's some shit in there. There's some Jordan ones in there. There's some Sean Kemp rookie cards in there. Just shit that would be worth cash.
Wow.
But he just gave them to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one other person I knew that collected things. Oh, no, it was just that we say that Scoot's got the body of a stamp collector.
10-year-old stamp
A
collector.
10-year-old stamp collector.
Did you ever collect stamps?
No, actually,
No,
one
you
of
did
the
have the body of
collections
it.
I did try to get going when the boys were younger, which I have been expressly forbidden to continue if I want to remain married. And this was like serious. This was not just don't do that. It was like
Y-
this is stopping, or
Red flag.
or this is
yeah.
stopping. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And it was. I tried to start a toenail collection with the boys. I was like, okay, boys, hey, this is gonna be good. Let's when we pick a toenail off, we'll put it in this jar, and then by the time you guys are 18, we'll see how big it is.
That's just
and
Christ.
that got put.
Not- yeah.
just- that got
He's
Rightly
secretly
so.
doing
stopped.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, imagine how
Ben,
much
did you
that'd
have
be
you got
worth,
any
Cricket,
collection?
cricket cards were huge when I was a kid.
though. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Alan
I got
Border.
a couple of them.
Yeah, like they come in the little packs, and sometimes you have like little foil ones. They're like the,
Yep.
the cool ones.
Yeah.
I've also got a bunch of basketball cards as well. I just found them on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Folders and folders and folders of them.
Like when
Yeah,
you were a
right.
kid, you found them.
No,
or
like
recently. Yeah, cool.
kind of recently, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't near
That
my
could be
house,
worth
was
something.
it?
It's there in your kid's bedroom. Yeah, sorry.
Isn't it funny how they can print things on cardboard? Like just how that value, how that is valuable.
Yeah.
I know
It's
how it
kind of like
works.
the Tay-Tay conversation. Like,
Yeah,
like
it's-
why is that what we're honing in
If
on?
the same as cash, like Australian dollars. Why has that got any value? Because we all believe it has value. Like it's nothing. It's like a number in your bank balance.
Yeah.
But if people stop trusting Australian dollars, then that means nothing.
Yeah.
But same with like a Jordan basketball card. I could go print one out. We could all go print one out. We could put a little bit of foil around the edge.
Like we used to
But-
do with those Fridays drink vouchers every Friday.
Yeah, that was good.
I think it was a Post Malone bought one. Was it a Lord of the Rings card or something? And it was he paid like something million for
Yikes.
one card or something.
All right.
I'm like, that's what?
I actually think if you knew what you're doing, and I don't think it would take that much knowledge, but I think it's a legitimate business venture, is collectibles.
Yeah.
Because people sell them for too little.
Hmm.
They just, you just
Well,
scour eBay, Marketplace, all that stuff. Someone's got a basketball card collection. You just go, okay, I'll give you 20
yeah.
bucks
Well,
for that.
my
And then,
my
Give you
father,
Gary V. Going around all
yeah.
my father-in-law passed away, and he had a huge record collection, and it was an insane task to research all these records,
each one,
sell them
yeah.
all on eBay, and understand what each one's worth, and then deal with the logistics of posting each one of them on the quality and all that kind of stuff. So we ended up dealing with just a broker who dealt with it all. But it was just too big a task that people just part with what they don't know that they got.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking with Beano's basketball cards, what happens if one of those is worth $100,000?
Yeah.
I got to kick him. I got to kick that back to him, surely.
How much? $2,000?
I don't know. I probably would just
$98,000?
burn him. I'd just burn that friendship.
$99,000 or $1,000?
I
go
love
half.
you,
Just
Beano.
go halves.
I love you, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his friendship worth to you? Like, if there was $100,000
We'll
card
talk about
in
that
there,
off air. Love you, Beano.
what do you think?
Biro. He's got a funny nickname.
What's
We
fair?
called him Bick
Yeah.
because his nickname was Beano. But then we went to stay at this hotel once, and the guy got his name wrong and called him Biro. And we were like, oh, Biro. And then we just started calling him Bick.
Yeah.
But honestly, though, what if that happened? What is the fair scenario there? You discover there's a $100,000 card there.
I'd go halves.
Like, is halves just the easy thing, or is it no, Beano? Sorry, you've given my son a $100,000 card.
I'd go halves.
You keep the 50.
Oh, do you mean, would you just say, no, you shouldn't have given us
Yeah,
this?
what is
Take
the
this
correct
back.
thing? Like, mate, I found a $100,000 card. The
yeah.
right thing for me to do it. This is yours. And
I
then
would,
it's
I would say, I've found this is you. And then let him
decide, oh, no, you can't.
And I know what he's like. He'd be stupidly generous. But I would put it back in his world first.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Unless
After-
I hated him, and then I'd just
What
fucking
about
pay
after
off my
20
homework.
years? After 20 years, is it the same answer?
If I'm still mates with them, yeah.
Yeah, you
cool.
will be.
Depends on your friendship. Like, if it's a person that I don't like,
Okay.
I'll probably burn them.
Okay, another one. What if the value was created in that 20 years that you owned it? What if it was worth $20 when he gave it to you, but because
He
you
still
held it,
purchased it
but you
originally.
held it?
It's like Bitcoin.
Well, if you traded that card with him when you're at school and it was worth $1, and then you were the one that held it,
He had the balls to buy. Like, he had if you had the
No,
balls to buy
that's
Bitcoin
yours
when
then.
one coin was worth $100, then you deserve the accolades at this end.
so you're saying he gets the $100,000 no matter how long?
Yeah.
What if you?
As long as I'm friends with him.
Okay, what if
Well,
you
turns
and
out to
him
be
bought a pack? Sorry, this is weird. Delving into this, but what if you and him bought a basketball cards when you were 10 years old, and at the time you go, oh, I want this card. You
Oh,
trade.
then that's mine.
Okay, that's yours then,
Yeah.
because you traded
Yeah.
and you did a
When it was
transaction.
worth nothing, we traded. Yeah.
So you get the 100. You get the
Yeah,
growth.
but that's
in value.
trading. That's not. I gifted this to your son.
Okay.
To be nice. Oh, fuck up.
What if you're 10 years old?
The quiz is hanging by a
One
fucking
more,
thread.
One more. What if you're 10 years old and you didn't trade, but he just said, oh, Jigs, I don't want this one. You can have it.
Then it's mine.
And then it's yours. Okay.
All right, is that it? Any more?
Oh, please let that be it.
All right, thanks everyone again for tuning in. That was episode 24.
24 in the can.
So-
Don't forget to leave us a
Reviews, yes.
review on the podcast apps. Get
We would
on
love
there.
that. And yeah, we'll have a
5-star. If you've got anything negative to say, you can leave that review to yourself.
just
keep that
point
to
it
yourself.
towards me. I've got thick skin. I don't mind. Yeah, give it to me. And then write a review as well.
A 5-star review. That's what I'm trying. What I'm trying to get across is don't leave us anything less than a 5-star
And
review.
we'll see you again very soon for episode 25.